looking at this, I think that we might have been enough, a little bit more than we could chew when it comes to all this residential zone. Hey, look, we can expand our wonderful national cemetery. Oh, wait, that's a church. Okay. Well, I think it's reasonable to put a church somewhere near our cemetery just because, you know, people can have the service and then, you know, they can dump the corpse in the hole. Gee, Bone Canoe, that's insensitive. Yeah, well, what you gonna do about it? Yeah, thought so. But anyway, I'm thinking that if I just zone more industrial and commercial, you know, we can go to those office advantages. These places will just sort of fill themselves in when the demand rises. Oh, God, that was disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry. Alright, here we go. Desirability, and we're always going to look for commercial office prime spots. Unfortunately, many times it is exactly where we have other stuff. But we have some pretty prime locations over here. So, I'm thinking... Well, first of all, I'm thinking this is really derpy looking. It's like, wee bloop. So we are going to do a little bit of altering the course of this road. And in fact, we are just going to raise all the terrain over here. And this is actually very nice and level. Alright. Looks good. This should help us. Now what we're going to do here is let's see if we can get 4 deep. We can't. Yes, we can. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're just gonna do this for now. Alright. See if we can connect that up like, nope, not like that. Like, alright, let's see. Gonna see what we can do here. Okay, good. I like it. I am thinking we are going to... Where's our plazas, our small plazas? I'm going to put some along the fringes here. And because they're slightly cheaper and I think they're okay, we're going to have some open paved areas on the sides here. And we are also going to just put across some roads. Alright. Let's do a little dance over here. I was thinking of just squaring this out a little bit, but I don't know, I think it's alright like that. We are experiencing a bit more lag here, but I think that's alright. Survive. Oh man. 1, 2, 3. I'm really hoping that these are going to zone in nicely. Fine, you can point up, I don't care. Alright. And so we are going to have our plaza on the end here. And well, that would be the end, but that's a rejigger over there. Oh man. By the way, did I tell you I saw the word rejigger in a newspaper? On the one hand, I was like, hey, cool. And on the other hand, I'm like, wait, so I didn't invent that word? So it was both cool and kind of a bummer at the same time, because I kind of felt like I invented that word, but apparently I hadn't. How sad. Alright. So, let's see. I think we have enough money to throw in at least one of our nice things over here. Convention center, huh? We didn't really leave a big enough spot over here, except for over there, of course, but that's our park. So let's see what else we have over here. Throw down a tourist trap, that's kind of derpy. Zoo, I'm not so sure. Major League Stadium, again, too big. It's also a tad expensive at this point. Yeah, that's what we had. Ooh, Hollywood. So that's cool, accept that. I mean, without actually pressing the accept button, it'll pop up on its own, you know. It always does. Okay, well, it hasn't popped up here. So we are just going to spend all the money. I mean, I didn't want a huge office buildings too close, but this should be close. This should be alright. Alright, so what we are going to do is have our avenue here. Too bad I can't really connect the avenue across as it is, but I think having it just transition to road over here would be alright. Take out some of these farms, the last of the farm survivors in this area. How sad they have to go. But progress is the name of the game. Actually, the name of the game SimCity, but that would be really being a literalist. So, And also, I heard President Obama likes to play basketball, so we're going to have a basketball court. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only president who liked to play basketball. It's kind of interesting, like, the different things the presidents have installed. Like, I forget which president it was that installed what was it, a bowling alley somewhere in the White House. But I do know it was FDR that installed the swimming pool because, you know, he was wheelchair bound and it was one of the only ways that he could get any exercise. So, he installed that swimming pool. Alright, local branch library. Let's stick that here. Might not be too impressive, but it certainly is nothing to sneeze at. Medium plaza. Another tennis court. And another plaza over here. And let's put a plaza up here to be symmetrical. Yeah, looks good. Yes, this reminds me so strongly of Washington. I really would like to go back there sometime. It's pretty cool. Oh. Even though as a Phillies fan, I am sort of honor-bound to hate the Washington Nationals, but that's alright. Doesn't mean I have to root for their team just because I'm visiting their city now, does it? Well, apparently SimCity must be a Washington Nationals fan because it crashed the moment I made that little comment. So, I'm sorry, game. It's all right. They're a good team, you know. Bryce Harper, he's a guy. You know, Jason Worth, he's a guy too. We weren't worthy, so we gave him to you. That's right. Just don't crash on me again, okay? Yes, I love the Nationals. Yes, I really do. Alright, we cool, game? We cool? Okay, we're cool. Yes, it knows I'm being completely and utterly honest with it. Very good. Alright, so where were we? Building our parks and our plazas and all that fun stuff. This is a wonderful opportunity to park spam on an epic level. I love park spam. Oh man, I remember when I first did it in the city of Vista. way back in the early days, and everyone was like, "What are you doing, you nincompoop?" Though they didn't use that word because people who complain about such things usually aren't so clever, and they just use, more standard, boring insults. I mean, if you're going to insult someone, at least be creative about it. Just like, it's more fun to both insult someone and completely and utterly confuse somebody. It's just more fun that way. And I don't even necessarily mean, an obscure literary reference that makes you feel all smug and snobby. Just like a completely off-the-wall, strange insult that makes them scratch their head and be like, what just happened there? So, if any of you feel the need to insult another person, I know the general level of discourse on YouTube is not the highest there is, so inevitably you're going to find, one of you at one point is going to find the need to insult someone just because, you're a bunch of immature kids. Lol, I kid, but not really. So, if you really feel the need to insult someone, just make it creative, Make it amusing. Then I will probably lol along with you. And if the person that you are trolling gets really angry, then the joke's on them. And you win. So you see, it's not a bad idea at all. Alright, here we go. We are going to put in a medium part green. We don't want anything too high that's going to obscure our view of the Capitol coming off this bridge. Alright, whoops. Whoa, we're going the wrong way. So, we are continuing our wonderful commercial zones all throughout the area. Whoa, hello. All the way out to here. And I am thinking that we are going to line this with some medium density commercial zones, and we are going to sneak in a plaza here and here and here and here. And just kind of curious if I could put a road into here. I could, but I'm not going to because that would be ugly. Alright. Well, now that we've established that, I don't know, I think even park spam has its limits, and maybe I should just fill these areas in with trees. Should be nice. Complements the oaky area over there, even though a lot of those trees haven't filled in yet. So that's a nice way to go about things. And also leaving open area that would easily be high-priced real estate really shows off your wealth. It's like, yeah, we could do something with this land, but we're so wealthy that we don't. In fact, that's how grass, literally grass, that is in everyone's yard, got its start, pretty much as a thing, Back in the day, everyone was growing crops in their lawn and everything because they needed the food because they were hungry. But then along came people who were so rich that they're like, you know what? We are going to fill our areas around our houses with something that is completely useless because we can. It just shows off our wealth that we don't even need to have this area farmed. We have so much land that we can just, fart it away on this silly green thing that looks nice. Well, as time went on, more and more people became not farmers and didn't need to have grass on their land, and with the rise of suburban living, now we are living in oceans of grass. I mean, have you just been to any place at all that's, anything less urban than, let's say, downtown Manhattan. Like, everything is full of grass these days. It's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. I am not the biggest fan, to be honest. But you know what? Whatever, it's their choice. I just think that, I mean, it looks nice. I'm not going to argue that. It just seems just all kind of unnecessary. And then you have to ride these mowers around, back and forth, up and down, burning all this gas, getting this grass cut. It just seems like kind of worthless to me. Wow, look how ugly these are. But then again, we really can't expect them to grow in too soon. Have to wait a little bit longer. This area we zoned a few episodes back is starting to look nicer. Ooh, boy, look at that. I mean, there's some stuff like that, like ugly buildings, but we got high wealth stuff. Jobs and pop. Let's take a look at our tab. Yeah, our low wealth still is predominant, but look at how high our medium wealth is. And yeah, even our high wealth is showing, We're on our way to something here, and I'm very glad we have come this far.